For this lesson, you need to open the sample file Sales First Quarter 2008-2 from your Sample Files folder. Sometimes you'll want to prevent users from viewing and changing one or more worksheets. In this case, you'll want to hide the worksheet. A hidden worksheet becomes invisible to the user, but is still there. You can bring back hidden worksheets by unhiding them. In this worksheet, you may not want viewers to see the First Quarter 2008 worksheet, because the information is already contained in the January, February and March worksheets. You might also want to hide the bonus worksheet, as it contains confidential information. So let's hide both the First Quarter 2008 and the bonus worksheets. I'll begin by selecting both worksheets. To do this, I'll click once on the First Quarter 2008 worksheet tab, then I'll hold down the Control key on the keyboard, and I'll click once on the bonus worksheet tab. And you can see that both worksheets are now selected. Now I'll right-click on either of the selected tabs, and then I'll click Hide from the shortcut menu. And when I click Hide, you can see that both worksheet tabs have vanished, and the worksheets are now invisible to the user. It's also possible to hide worksheets using the ribbon, but it's far less efficient. Let me show you how for completeness. You'd need to click the Home tab on the ribbon, and in the Cells group, Format. In the Format drop-down list, you'll need to hover the mouse cursor over Hide and Unhide, and then select Hide Sheet. But that's a lot more work, so I'm sure you'll probably want to use the right-click method to hide sheets in the future. Now let's look at unhiding a hidden worksheet. I want to unhide the bonus worksheet. Excel will never allow you to hide all of the worksheets in a workbook, so this method of unhiding sheets will always work. First of all, I'll right-click on any visible worksheet tab, and then I'll click Unhide from the shortcut menu. And I want to unhide the bonus sheet, so I'll click on Bonus and then click OK. And you can see that the bonus worksheet is now visible again. Just like hiding, you can also do this using the ribbon, but it's a little more long-winded. You need to click the Home tab on the ribbon, and in the Cells group, Format, then hover the mouse cursor over Hide and Unhide, and then click Unhide Sheet, and you'll see the same Unhide dialog. This time it's letting me know that only one sheet is hidden. That's the First Quarter 2008 worksheet. But I'll click Cancel to dismiss the dialog. Before closing this lesson, I'd just like to caution you not to rely on hidden worksheets for security. There's no password associated with hiding and unhiding a worksheet. A knowledgeable user can easily unhide any hidden worksheets. It is possible to password protect the structure before distributing a workbook. When this is done, it isn't possible to unhide and view the hidden worksheets unless you know a password. But this is beyond the scope of this Essential Skills video. The topic is fully covered in the Expert Skills video in this series, in which a whole session is dedicated to security. All that remains for this lesson is to save your work, and I'm going to save with the new name Sales First Quarter 2008-3. And as usual, I'll save to the folder above my Sample Files folder. I click the Save button, and you've now completed Lesson 6.5, Hide and Unhide a Worksheet.